Here we go. Are we official? Yes. So welcome everybody. We're really happy you're here. And what we're going to talk about tonight is clean beauty. So we're going to concentrate on how we can have clean beauty. So we're going to start off with Erica, and she's got some things to tell us. Go ahead, Erica.
All right, so you guys just bear with me. You guys know I'm fighting a cold, just a regular cold. Okay, so we're going to talk about clean beauty and why that's important. So maybe you guys, do you guys read labels when it comes to your products? You might read labels when it comes to food, right, which is important because it's important the things that we put in our mouth that goes in our body, because either going to contribute to health or disease. Well, the same thing when it comes to our hygiene products and our makeup, right? Maybe, before I used to just go to Ulta, I used to go to Sephora. I never thought about the products that I was using. I didn't think it could have any negative effect on my health. But the thing of it is, whatever you put on your body, right, it goes in. So it actually should be safe enough that you would eat it, right? It sounds weird, but think about it. What you're putting on your skin is going directly into your blood, and it's going to have either a positive or a negative effect. So it's important to know what is in our beauty products, right? So let me share with you guys a graphic which says it better than I can say it. Where is this? Okay, so maybe you've seen this recently on the news. So these are some products that, people, they love. There's some great commercials. The girls are so beautiful in the commercials. But these products are incredibly toxic. And you can look into this if you want to take a screenshot. They cause cancer. I think they recalled them, they're pulling them off the shelf. And like I said, it's products like Pantene that's been around since, forever, all these products. Old Spice, my husband used to use that. So it's pretty crazy that we really want to start looking at the products that we're using every single day. The truth is most women apply anywhere from 300 to 500 chemicals on their body willingly every single day. That's crazy, right? Think of that every single day. And think about the compounding effect after a year, 2 years, 10 years, right? What is the result of that? Maybe do you have hormonal issues? Do you have skin issues? Do you have other health problems? I know we never think of, my shampoo must be causing my migraines, but actually they could. So let me share with you guys another graphic. And remember, take a screenshot because you may not remember everything that I'm gonna say, but you could always go back to this later. Is this the one? Sorry, my graphics, when I see them, are this big. So, oops, that wasn't the one, but this is a good one too. So here's some things that are toxins that are in a lot of our everyday beauty products, like formaldehyde. That is part of embalming fluid. I don't know why that's in our beauty products. How does that make anyone more beautiful? And you can see the side effects of formaldehyde. It's a proven carcinogen. It causes lung cancer, leukemia. I mean, it goes on. The next one, parabens. We hear a lot about parabens and some of the concerns with them, where it's found in our personal care products. And it's weird, it can cause our skin to age. It's in beauty products to be beautiful, and yet it's damaging our skin. How crazy. And it causes DNA damage, which is worse than, making you not beautiful. Sodium lauryl sulfate, we heard about that. That's in a lot of shampoos. That's that foaming agent. It's in a lot of things. But again, you can see the side effects. You can see where it's found. Excuse me. So these are the chemicals of concern. We don't want these in our everyday products. And like I said, it has a compounding effect. So you might say, well, I just in my shampoo, but it's in a lot of different things. So it's in your shampoo, your conditioner. You might be getting overexposed, with all this stuff throughout the day. Pretty crazy. I want to share with you guys something else. We talk about cancer a lot. But you guys know that 80% of cancer is caused by environmental factors. That is stuff, in a way that's good. Okay, it sounds wait, how can that be good? Because that's something we can have control over. We have control over what we buy, what we bring into our home, what we expose our family to. There's certain things you don't have control over, but you have control over the lipstick you use, the shampoo you use, right? Your lotion, all your makeups, you have control over that, okay? So just remember that. And no one should have to worry about their lotion giving them cancer. So again, that's why we love Young Living, because they really have toxin-free products. Let me explain the difference between toxin-free and toxic-free. I used to think that was the same. I use them even still interchangeably, but they're different. Toxin-free, which is what Young Living has, means there's no toxins whatsoever in the product, okay? Other companies will say, it's kind of a buzzword, toxic-free. And what that means from a legal standpoint, it means it won't kill you. There are toxins in it, but the toxins won't kill you. Doesn't mean it won't cause any harm, it just won't kill you. So remember, Young Living has toxin-free products, so they're safe products. And when it comes to their products, they're really great. We think, oh, it's natural, maybe it's not so great. I used to think that too. I've gotten other products from the companies that, you know, natural, but then they don't work that great. But I want to share with you just some of the things that I had here. I think Chris will as well. Just some of the eyeshadows. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have a girl on my team. She's a makeup artist. She actually gets training and she actually loves the Young Living eyeshadow. She says they're creamy, the way that they apply, how gorgeous they are. They're very pigmented, and yet they're completely natural. They're not going to cause you to have any type of problem, or they're not going to damage your DNA. I mean, look how beautiful. I hope this is, you know, showing it the way it should be showing it. Last, so this is actually my favorite. I like more of these cool colors. That's purple and the pinks. These are like more of my colors. This is kind of like my everyday. You see me like in a video, I'm always wearing, everything is Young Living, from the shampoo, all of my products. So it's great to know that we have these really great safe options, but not only are they safe, but they're really great. They're gonna make us look, our hair's gonna look good, our skin's gonna look good. They're awesome products. Sorry, let me just check my graphics to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you guys on this. Yeah, so, you know, I want to share this one last thing to share with you guys. So where some of the toxins hide in your home. So plastics, you know, makeup, our cleaning products, toothpaste, hair care products. So again, Young Living is a wellness company, so it has you covered. Young Living has clean makeup, it has clean cleaning products, clean hair products, floral products, baby products. They have everything for a life of wellness. All right, that's all I want to share with you guys. And so I guess next I'm turning it over to Rochelle. Okay.
Hi, everybody. So I wanted to share a little information about deodorant. Last year, early this year, I went toxic-free and started with a Young Living deodorant. And so one of the things I did is they said the fastest way, I spoke with Donna, she's on our upline. She said, just don't use deodorant for like 3 days. Don't use anything. So I picked a long weekend and it wasn't too warm. So that worked out pretty good. And that's what I did. But here's what I found out about the dangers of a lot of deodorants that are on the market and the reason why I wanted to switch. Toxic chemicals that are in deodorant, there's 4 major ones, but here's some of the ingredients of concern. It's triclosan, it's an antibacterial chemical. It's used to to kill odors, but it's an endocrine disruptor, which means it mimics your hormones, but it actually interferes with hormone signaling. And so the chemicals' endocrine disrupting abilities are supported by numerous scientific studies, but the chemicals also associated with increased risk of breast cancer. And so what happens is when you apply deodorant, you apply it underneath your arm, usually up in here. Well, there's glands, and that's why women tend to have a tendency to have an issue with breast cancer. And typically what will happen is you very well may not get it immediately, but later on in life you will. So there's those health concerns there. Phthalates or phthalates is another common concern. It's in a lot of different products, but those chemicals are used to make other ingredients more flexible and are also used as fragrance ingredients to extend the life of the fragrance. The primary concern with phthalates is their ability, again, to disrupt the endocrine system, especially in men. That's what I thought was really interesting. Don't think about it, right? You know, but that's what it does. And so it impacts female health because exposure can cause early onset puberty. And I don't know, I've worked with young girls, but there's more and more young girls who are actually developing breast typically, or they're starting their menstrual cycle earlier. And a lot of those disruptors, that's what they're using. It's in the products that they're using. But we're talking specifically about deodorant. That too is associated with breast cancer later on in life. Parabens. We've talked about parabens numerous times in our classes, but parabens are ingredients used primarily as preservatives, and they're often used in combination with, other products. Paraben preservatives and personal care products have the ability to be absorbed through the skin. Parabens are hormone disruptor or hormone, excuse me, they're hormone impersonators. They mimic estrogen in the body. Exposure to parabens have been linked to breast cancer. Fragrance. We've talked about fragrance numerous times. Fragrance formulations are considered a trade secret, and but it contains numerous or hundreds of ingredients. Because they are proprietary information, the identity, we won't know what they are. And that makes it impossible to identify all the ways in which fragrance ingredients actually might impact our health. Despite the lack of ingredient disclosure, numerous common fragrance ingredients have been identified. Some of the examples include synthetic musks, phthalates, and numerous other substances of concern. Butane, which is interesting because butane which would be in an aerosol. That's also what you would use to light fire or create fire. And that is something that has been a disruptor in the reproductive system and cause cancer causing. Aluminum, a metal common ingredient in antiperspirant. It works by plugging the sweat ducts or stopping sweating. It actually can cause genomic instability and on the cellular level, which means it increases our cells' tendency to mutate. Mutations can increase the chance of tumor growth. Aluminum is one of the most common compounds used in antiperspirants. One way to avoid them would be to avoid products with fragrance on the labels. So when you see that term or other similar terms like eau de toilette or parfum, it means the product contains undisclosed ingredients. And without full transparency, what happens is it's impossible to know what you're being exposed to. So fragrance is something you want to be aware of. Products labeled as antibacterial or germ fighting might contain triclosan. Double check the label to see if the deodorant contains natural antibacterials like tea tree, clove, or other harmful chemicals like triclosan. Skip the antiperspirant. Antiperspirants often contains aluminum to reduce sweating. Our bodies are designed to sweat. It means that we're cooling down. We don't pant like dogs. That's how they cool down. We actually sweat. So those are some of the things you definitely want to look for and just be aware of when you're looking for deodorant. So Young Living, interesting. Young Living, when you talk about all the chemicals that are in just deodorant, Young Living is when you just take a look at their ingredients, you'll see what they have. It's all natural products. So I'll give you just one example. Aroma Guard, which is mountain mint deodorant, right? It has coconut oil, beeswax, clove, lemon, peppermint, rosemary, white fir, vitamin E. And those are not chemical constituents. They're all natural, derived from plants, leaves, petals, stems, and put together to use as a deodorant and or an antiperspirant, not an antiperspirant, but a deodorant. What I've done and what my mom has switched over to, one day I just ran out of deodorant. I didn't have any with me. I was like, what am I going to do? Oh my goodness. You just can't go around without deodorant. So I used what I had. And that was, I was like, well, they use purification. And, I kind of read something about tea tree. So that's what I used. I used tea tree and purification. Now I had to apply a little bit later on in the afternoon to reapply, but it kept me minty fresh, so to speak. And it wasn't an issue. And then I switched over and I'll use Valor. But I've also will use my app sometimes if I don't have time to, if I ran out and I didn't get the Valor like I like, or I didn't make. One time I made my deodorant. That's a little tricky. I still have to work on that recipe, but I've learned to use the Think Dirty app as well. And that helps you to be able to go into, when you're in a store, you can use that app and scan the bar, and it'll give you information on the deodorant and what you have in it. But I love the fact that Young Living, they do what they say they're going to do. They use the natural ingredients, and those deodorants actually work. So that's just something for us to be mindful about. And that's deodorant. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I popped up this picture. I don't know if you saw it, but it's kind of what you were talking about. It was kind of our graphic for the introduction to this class. But here's some of the reasons you need to be careful if you want to have clean beauty, because these are the kind of things that can be in the products that are not from Young Living. You never have to worry about your products from Young Living, but Rochelle did an excellent job telling us about deodorant. But parabens, lead is in your lipstick, you're eating lead. I don't know if you really want to do that. Heavy metals can be in your foundation. There's just a lot of toxins that are out there that you really don't want. Like Erica was saying, you wouldn't eat them. So why would you put them into your body another way? So I have a few other little graphics. You guys have done a really good job talking about all the gook that's out there. But does it really, if you put it on your body, does it really get into your body? It does. And it only takes 26 seconds. I mean, it is in your bloodstream. So that's why we tell everyone, buy from your own store. You all have accounts. You can go into your store and get yourself some clean product. And then if you're on the monthly shipment, you get 10, 20, 25% back in a free gift for some other product that you would buy somewhere else that would have toxins in it that you don't want in your system. So just a few other little graphics that these girls have already covered that I thought you all might enjoy about why you want to be careful about what you're putting into your system. If you're getting the makeup line of Savvy Minerals, you don't have to worry about having these things in your system like the girls were telling you about. Just a little screenshot if you wanted to share with someone else in the future. Talc, mineral oil, the gluten, some people have gluten allergies, petrochemicals, and fragrance. So any product that you pick up, if it has fragrance in it, that's something that your body is probably not going to like. I mean, you could have issues from it. So that's just another thing to be careful about. And that's why if you have Young Living, if there's a fragrance, it's usually from the essential oils, which is natural and it's not going to hurt you. So what is in the makeup that Young Living has? We're just going to probably talk about makeup because they turned it over to me, and that's what I like to talk about. We've talked about skincare some other times. How can you have this good, beautiful makeup that's clean and good for your system? So what do they put in it when they're making the makeup that's good for us? Here's a little graphic of what they're making for you. They use natural clays, jojoba oil, aloe, beeswax, some of the things Rochelle was telling us about. Arrowroot powder. I've made some things where you put some arrowroot powder in it, just pure essential oils. So that's the good stuff if you choose to get the Young Living products, what you're going to have in it. So let's talk a little bit. Maybe you guys could let me know, Sue and Denise, do you use Cbd Beauty Boost? No? How about Denise? I'm not sure, but let me talk a little bit about this and why it's something I absolutely fell in love with. Well, the Cbd Beauty Boost, and why should you care if you want to have the natural care for your skin? Why would you care about what kind of face serums that you're using? Well, obviously from the junk that could be in our systems, that could be very, very bad for us, but we all want to be the youngest looking we can possibly be. And we age from the inside and from the outside. So what are some of the things that cause us to age? This is just take a second and talk about aging itself. This is if we're talking natural beauty, why are we even aging to start with? Well, we lose collagen. That's one thing that we naturally lose. Collagen is what keeps our skin firm. So when your skin becomes thinner, it's because you don't have enough collagen. So that's one thing that helps us to age. We lose elastin. Elastin is not the thinning, but the sagging. So if your skin starts to sag, your face starts to sag, that's a lack of elastin that you had when you were younger. And then we all have oil glands, and the oil glands naturally, as we age, stop producing all the oil. So those are really the three things. And another one is even bone loss, that we actually lose bone in our face, and that helps us to look older. Not that we really want that to happen, but it happens. So those are really four things: the collagen, elastin, lack of oil, and bone loss that make us age. So what are some of the external things that can help us to age or cause us to age? UV rays from the sun, number one, that breaks down the elastin. So now that's going to help our skin to be thinner, which you really don't want. Gravity just makes us droop. So nothing we can do about that, but gravity is an external thing that helps us, that promotes aging. When we're just moving our face talking, that makes lines, and the lines help us to age or cause us to age, and medicines we might take. So that's another thing that causes us to look older and age. So those are all of our external factors that make us age. It's the UV rays from the sun, gravity, daily facial movements, and medicines that we might take. What about some of the things that we can do to counteract this? Well, antioxidants are really, really big to help us to have natural beauty. So the hugest thing, which is great with antioxidants, of course, is our Ningxia Red. We all love our Ningxia Red, full of antioxidants, so can help you have clean, natural beauty. Another thing is water. We need at least 8 glasses of water a day, and that really helps boost the elastin and the collagen. There we go, girls. We got it. Okay. That will help us look our youngest naturally. But this was the product I wanted to tell you about. This is what I started off talking about. I mean, this is an expensive product. And for me, it was like, no way am I going to buy this. It's only because we did the team challenge that I bought it. And once I bought it, I absolutely fell in love with it. You too, Rochelle? Did you fall in love with it? Great. So what is in here? Well, it has so many beautiful things. It helps for redness in the skin. It helps for wrinkles, and the CBD in it is very, very calming. It has an entire rose, the oil from an entire rose in here. I mean, and that is what makes, I don't think the smell would be too great without that, but the smell is really, really nice because of this. And it also has tamanu oil that helps with your tone in your skin. So that is just something that I absolutely fell in love with. I fell in love with it, and I still have my serums. I'm going to give you guys some recipes for my serums. So I go back and forth. I don't use this all the time, but I make sure at least once a day, a little bit of this. And what's amazing is it lasts forever. A little bit of this gets on my face. Other times I wash my face and then I'll put my serums. This is my under eye serum. This is my face serum. So those are things that can help you with anti-aging and clean, natural beauty. Like Erica was showing you the Sahara Sunset eyeshadow palette. This was another one. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get that, but I gave in and I bought it, and I absolutely love it. And just a new way that I found to put these colors together that I did tonight. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Put the rust color. Let me give you the names. Anyway, that's all right. The rust color in the crease and a little bit above. The gold color on your eyelids, and then the white on the top. Here's another thing you can do with the brown. It can fill in your eyebrows, and the peachy color too, you can use as a blusher. So this can be an all-in-one. You're going on a trip and you just want to take one thing with you. Right here, you've got the all-in-one makeup for the week. And that's one reason I was talked into buying it, I'm like, okay, that's nice and simple to carry. I like it. It's a lot of money, but let me get it. And it lasts forever. You can see I've been using it, but it hardly looks like it's used at all. So that's something really, really beautiful. Another thing that if you need natural beauty, you want to think about your hair too. And another product that I fell in love with that doesn't have any of the toxins in it is the hair oil, the Mira hair oil. My hair's curly, you all know that, but it just helps to separate the curls. So if you have anything like that going on, or you want to just have a nice fine finish for the ends of your hair, it's a really nice product, nice clean product. And of course, all of this would start, we really should have started at the beginning. The beginning would be facial cleansing. So if you're over 30 years old, this is my favorite. I'm going to go ahead, let me find my graphic if you want to make your own. I made my own facial cleanser. I use it sometimes, but I found for me, it was not moist enough. Looking for where that is. But you know, it was actually, it probably didn't copy. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay. Let me show you guys how you can make your own facial cleanser if you want to. Let's see if we can get this going here. Some reason I'm not seeing it. Let me try to bring it back to you again. How can you make your own facial cleanser? Here we go. All right, short and sweet, kind of fast, so watch it, but it's from my Instagram page. If you want to make your own facial cleanser, I think it's actually Erica's recipe. She probably has it for you if you need the details, but here we go. Watch close. Sweet almond oil, Castile soap, ylang-ylang, patchouli, bergamot. Put them all together with a little bit of vitamin E and some lemongrass. Fill the rest with water, and you've got yourself a homemade, good for you, no toxic chemical facial cleanser. Was that your recipe, Erica? I think it is. Yeah. So that was one thing. If you are interested in making your own, but if you don't want to make your own facial cleanser, this is my favorite. I really love the Art. This is one I use all the time. Art Gentle Cleanser. If you're over 30 years old, or if your skin's a little bit dry, this is my favorite. And the thing about Young Living products, if you look at them on the list, you're thinking, but you just use such a tiny amount. It's only every 3 months that I actually replace these products. Between the CBD Beauty Boost and this. So they go so long. If you worked out the cost per month, probably if you bought the cheap toxic products and you're poisoning yourself, it would probably be about the same. So does anybody have any questions? Let me go ahead and show you this graphic too. Here's another idea for the Sahara Sunset. If you're interested in getting some nice clean eyeshadow, there's another way that you can use that palette for your eyeshadow, the one that I was showing to you. If you want to go ahead and get that. Okay, good. So let me ask you all, does everybody have a foundation? Do they know what color foundation they are in the Young Living line? Anybody have any questions? Because I've got a few. Do you have okay, so let me pull this graphic up. I have some graphics on the foundation colors if you want to grab it here. Depending on your skin tone, they're very, very forgiving. But here's a look. If you go across, you can see, pick out your skin tone, how the natural beige would look, the sand beige, the honey, and the tan. Those are about some other colors. We got caramel, pecan, hazelnut, some of the others there. So kind of gives you an idea, since you don't have the makeup to try on before you get it, what you might want to use to get this good, clean beauty into your system. Go ahead, Rochelle, you have a question?
So you know what I was wondering, do they have samples of the makeup at all? For some reason, I'm just now wondering that.
No, I've never seen it. That would be nice if I did. But here's another graphic for you. I mean, it's kind of hard to guess because honestly, the pictures to me looked darker than what they actually were. So when I got my foundations, they were too light. I wanted actually darker, but here's another idea. of some of the colors, if you're kind of wondering what color you should get, kind of gives you an idea of how they would come out. And here's another one here too. Go ahead, Denise, your question.
Yes, just wonder, where would you get the chart at?
I
That?
these these were from Young Living, you know, these pictures, but I have a chart, I will tell you, that you can put on your skin, and then it shows you what color you need, but it didn't work for me because the color that matched up on that little chart that they got, the little see-through chart that I have, it was, my foundation ended up being lighter than that. So I would say go with a darker one. If they're all like that, I would say if you're in question, should I get this or that? Go with the darker one. That's just my take on it. Let me see if I have some more samples for you guys.
So I'll have to get a copy of the video because I'm in and out of doing things. So, okay, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is just a few more of them, but I like on my face tan, and I'm pretty light. So that's why I'm saying go, if you're in doubt, I would say go with the darker one. But those are just some colors for you all. And that can help you decide how to get some clean beauty going on. What about some recipes? Say you want to make your own face serum, do something like I do, and have your own. I mean, there's a million different ways you can make a face serum. This was from my early days. This is mature skin face serum, but I use Lang & Lang, Sacred Frank, Gentle Baby, Cedarwood, Lavender, Myrrh, and Patchouli. But what's interesting, if you have 7 bottles of essential oil that are good for your skin, if you have the big bottles like I do, 10 drops each, just choose any that you think are good for your skin, 7, and then just a little bit of sweet almond, and then the rosehip seed was what this one says. Add a little bit of, if you want, the castor oil, but I don't think I actually did that. I think it was sweet almond and rosehip seed. The castor oil went for my under eye serum. I'll go ahead and show you a copy of that one. But I do it a little different every time. These are just give you some ideas of what you might want to do. This is my under eye serum. And this is one I use all the time. But I don't use the Gentle Baby anymore. I use some other oils. So just if you find some oils that you like on your skin or that you think are good for your skin, you can go ahead. This one had Gentle Baby, Sacred Frank, Myrrh, Patchouli, Jojoba, and Sweet Almond. So jojoba. But I also put the castor oil in my under eye serum. So you can kind of play around with it if you all have any questions or anything. Did you have another question, Denise, or same one? I think it's the same one. Let me put her hand down there. Okay. Or go ahead. Did you have another one?
Oh, no other question.
Okay, no problem. If you didn't want to make your own under eye serum, this is what I do. I go back and forth because I want the good products, and it takes time to acquire everything. But the Wolfberry Eye Cream is another really, really beautiful product for just a tad. This goes, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months. It goes forever once you get the Wolfberry Eye Cream. I really, really love that. And we're talking about natural beauty. So here's our other ideas for keeping your skin subtle. And because we said the oil production cuts down and the sagging happens with gravity, well, we can fight it with our gua sha stone or our jade rollers. These are 2 other really nice ideas. But the only other thing I had for you all tonight that I really fell in love with that I think you might like, if in time, this is something that what I did is my free points. I use it for my brushes. So the Young Living brushes are amazing, made in Italy. They're specialty brushes, but this is for a foundation brush. This one I was using it for my foundation, but I got the foundation brush. This is now my blush brush. So that's about what we have for you guys tonight. And thank you very much for coming. We appreciate your support. We love you guys. And we're happy to answer any questions you might have.